Hello, it's Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show. This is the Wednesday update, trying to explain to you my future plans. Get this camera adjusted. I'm still in Orland, Indiana, and my father's memorial service for his death has finally passed. And on next Tuesday, I fly from Chicago I have to take a bus to Chicago from South Bend Airport. I'm in Orland. It's really tough to leave Orland, Indiana. So my sister will take me to the South Bend Airport, where I'll catch a bus to Chicago. And from Chicago, I'll fly to Cuenca. Okay, then from Cuenca, I got another 5-hour trip to Vilcabamba. So it's going to be a long day. It'll be about 24 hours of trip. Trying to make sure for the next week that I don't eat any foods that are pass through my body fast. Okay, been really thinking a lot about Europe in the fall, and I could fly with Norwegian Airlines to I could fly to Prague pretty cheap, and the transport in Europe is a killer. Okay, but I think I can go to, it's possible that I change from Bulgaria and I go to Prague, Slovakia, down to all these little southeastern European countries, and go a kind of a slow five day each city trip all the way to Bulgaria or somewhere on the ocean, I hope. And then I have to get my exit strategy, because I think still Sofia, Bulgaria is probably the cheapest place to fly out of, to fly back. But I mean, Istanbul is pretty cheap too. But I've got the southeastern. I think I'm up for I'm going to try. I mean, Europe's really a pain in the butt, because you need to get reservations everywhere, and then you get to live with hostel with a bunch of people that rob you. It's not as simple as what I do normally. I mean, it sounds simple. I mean, it is simple if you would get a Europass and pay. I think Europass was like, I don't know, for 30 days it's like $1,200. Well, the Euroline bus system from Prague to Slovakia, I just said, if it's correct, it's $12. So going between countries is only $12. And if you really get some of the prices, what I did is I'm going through right now and I'm seeing which countries. I want to know what the monthly salary is for. I think for Bulgaria it's $554. So what that means, for $554, it's right on my budget. Okay, so if I live the same as a Bulgarian, I can live real easy at $500 a month budget. What this does too is it stunts the ability to really binge you on prices. So that means that the public transport has to be cheap enough for a person that's only earning, $15 a day. And that's about, I mean, in most of the countries where I go to, they kind of hang around $5 to $10 a day. So $15 a day is maybe a 33% jump, but it's not outrageous. So what I really want to do is I want to wander around Europe. I don't want to do it. And what my game plan probably for the rest of my life for planning for Europe would be to fly into a cheap country, hang out for a month till I get a plane ticket over to some expensive country, go hang out in the expensive country for about 5 or 6 days, and then or hopefully longer if I could find a room. It's all about getting the $10 a night room, or $12 a night, €12 a night room, or something like that. And I'm not in a hurry, so I really don't enjoy there's not very many countries on the planet that I think are worth paying that much money for. They're all kind of the same, okay? And I really want you to believe that. I mean, they all are kind of the same. People are people, and they're all good. And unless you're looking for specific things like castles or exciting waterfalls or jungle trips with elephants, I mean, a city's a city, okay? So I will say that I've been doing on a lighter thing, I've been really studying my, I'm having one of the moments where I'm trying to understand why my father died of cancer. And I think we dysfunctionally want to say that it's one thing. And I think it was 100 different things that my father did that caused him to get cancer, okay, in the prostate. And I'm seeing that there's a lot of pancreatic and prostate cancer. And these are all things a lot to do with sugar, okay? So I'm really thinking hard about trying. I do know for sure that if I don't eat sugar in the morning, I don't crave food all day. So for the last few days, I haven't eaten much sugar or eaten. It's really hard to say you don't eat sugar, because if you read any of the, I ate some sunflower seeds the other day. It says, hey, one gram of sugar in sunflower seeds. Okay, I'm like amazed. I thought sunflower seeds were one of the most natural things I could eat. But sugar is really seems to be an addiction and almost a drug. And I think that with a lot of things. But my baking soda, I'm trying to lower my alkaline in my body, and my baking soda showers are really working out good, because my skin feels really good. It feels really tighter and thing. But why am I putting baking soda? I don't want to put soap on my skin. I believe that my guess is the accumulated chemicals that my father put on his body and feeding the cancer with sugar caused him to have cancer and to die. And I believe that if you take not just one, I don't really care about one chemical. I care about the sum total of the group. And so putting shampoo on my head, putting soap all over my body, putting aftershave on my face, putting there's so many creams that block up the skin. There's so many things. Shaving cream, you put it on, and I started using an electric razor, but I'm systematically trying to figure out how to keep the chemicals from touching my body. This sounds really strange, but I carry a bucket, and a lot of people think I'm really weird because I carry the bucket. I often wash my clothes, but in a lot of countries, what they do is they'll hand wash the clothes, but the rinsing process is never completely finished, and sometimes my skin just itches, and I think it's the soap. But you think about just having soap on your skin permeated in your clothing, but I will triple rinse clothing. I had a wash machine in Togo that I bought for $150, and I would rinse them 2 or 3 times, making sure that all the soap was out of it. But just trying to keep all the chemicals from touching my skin, because the skin is an organ and it absorbs stuff. But what does this got to do with travel? Well, you guys are too busy a lot of times. My brain has all the time in the world to think about these things. And that's the real luxury of the live abroad lifestyle. We have time to contemplate our navel. And I have a lot of time. I also have been packing up a lot of... I should show you this. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, this is a whole box full of the scrub nets I sell on my website. You go to hobotraveler.com, there's a link, and you can buy these things. These are called scrub nets. I just boxed up, here's 120 of them. I bought about 180, I think. I'm not actually sure how many I bought, but I bought a bunch of them in West Africa. The only place I know to buy them. What's interesting, my mother, I'm always trying to, these things are, what you want when you travel is you want redundant type products. I don't know, but you want multi-use products. You don't want just a wash rag. You want a wash rag that serves as many things. I mean, if you can. So what this does is it exfoliates, and I actually think I can wash my body. Even with this, I can almost wash my body without soap. So it's kind of different. But my mother, my mother was funny. I like the fact that I can wash my back and be on my feet and stuff behind my legs real easy with this because it's long and I can do it. These are actually wide enough. You can cut them into 2 jumpies, I realized. Actually, a lot of people might really like to do that. But my mother was funny. She says she puts it on the bottom of the in the shower, and then she has like corns and stuff. She's 81 years old, and she like scrapes her feet on them and tries to clean her feet with it. Really good idea. But if you want to support the Ask Andy show and help me get on Hobo Traveler, you can buy the book. There's 4 products on there: the Bug Bagger for mosquitoes, the Secret Pockets, which I truly recommend, the scrub net, the travel scrub net. But it's really for the showers. It's really anybody that wants to clean their back easily. This is good. It's really extremely durable. I don't know if it'll ever wear out. Really hard. I have one in my bag I've had for 2 or 3 years, and just keeps on hanging. Okay, Andy, I'm going to Ecuador on the next Tuesday, on the 27th of May, and then I'll be there for about 79 days, doing a lot of different things, talking with one of my travelers. There's a traveler there, Bob Winnick, Botap Bob, that has traveled for about 8 years, and he's kind of been hanging out. He's been living there, right, with a girlfriend. So I'm hoping to stay there. I got a room for $150 a month, so life should be easy. And this is one I got a temperature gauge. America's killing me. It's 58 degrees here right now. This is an indoor-outdoor temperature gauge. It tells me that it's 74 in the house and 58 outside because I got a sensor outside. I'm going to take this to Ecuador. Where I'm at should be one of the most perfect climates on the planet. And that means I'm thinking it's going to be hanging around 78 24 hours a day almost. It's at 1,500 meters, 500 feet above sea level and elevation, and it should be paradise. I'm always looking for these places. I've got a list of about 8 of them on the planet where I know where there's some population. It's not always, but you got to go any higher and it starts to get rainforest. So you really got to be careful because then it can rain too high if you get too high of elevation. But I'm going to take this, make sure that I try to log in the temperature every day, so let you really know what it's like to live in endless spring. Until you've lived in a place like this, Lago Atlan in Guatemala is like this. It's just always nice. You don't need air conditioning. You don't need heat. When you don't spend half your day thinking about the weather, your life is pretty good. That's paradise.
We can pack up tomorrow. Tonight, let's flip